Before I talk about what I actually did as far as treatment, there's an important test that most women don't know about, and it's called the oncotype test. And not everybody knows about that, and it's a really important test for you to get done if you choose to have a mastectomy, or if you have a lumpectomy. You can get your tumor tested, and it tests 21 genes of your tumor and will tell you what your the percent of your chances of the chemo working, of the prescription drugs, the estrogen blockers working, and whether or not your genes, you genetically will masticize, which means it'll go into other organs of your body. They did not want to do that test on me because they said that might cause them to want to do more chemo, and I said I want the test anyway. When my score came back really low, and I was really nervous about not doing it because they really put the fear of death in you. And I decided after having that test that my score was so low that I decided I wasn't going to do chemo, that I was going to treat myself holistically. I am a holistic nutritionist. I see people in my office all the time with breast cancer, all different types of cancers. Some people want to do holistically, some people are on chemo and do chemo and radiation. It's a personal choice. Some people do both. Some people want to do holistic and what the medical doctors say. So I'm not here to knock any medical doctors or anything. This is my personal choice, but I want women to know that there's options, and you have options, and you need to do the best that's best for you, and not based on fear. You need to take time and make decisions. So I decided to treat myself holistically. I believe food is medicine. It took a tremendous amount of courage, strength, faith, and bravery for me to go against what the doctors were saying, because my family wanted me to follow what the doctors were saying too, but my friend told me the other day that I'm a trailblazer, and I don't mean to be a trailblazer, but I don't do everything that somebody else says. I need to feel it in my body and make the decision that's best for me. So I had to align with my decisions. The most important thing that I can say is that we need to align with any decisions we make in life. And this was a decision that I need to make, that I needed to align with. So one of my friends said to me, she's a very spiritual person, and I called her right when I was trying to make decisions about what I was going to do, and she said, you know, Barbara, look at your body like a garden. Look at your body like a garden, and in that garden you always get weeds, right? There's always weeds in the garden, and we need to prune those weeds. So look at your body like a garden, go in there and prune the weeds, and know that you're going to do everything in your power to make it never come back again. There's no guarantees, and we know that, but I knew that this was the best route for me, and that really helped me make my decision. So what I had to learn from it is that I had to create a new version of health for me. What was that new version of health? What did that look like for me? So my prevention, as far as my prevention protocol, so it started with my mind. So I went for therapy. There was an oncology therapist at the hospital who's incredible, and I actually still see her today, and it's 2 years later. She really helped save my life, emotionally. Physically, I did well. Emotionally, I really needed support, and she was amazing. And the funny thing about that was when I was in the hospital with my one of my close friends came with me, and my husband, and the doctor said, do you want to see the therapist? And I said, I would love to see the therapist. And my husband and my girlfriend look at each other. I'm like, what's wrong with us? You can't talk to us. You got to go to a therapist. But it was really the best thing that I ever did for my mind to support me. I'm a research maniac. So not only was I researched clients that come to me, but now I was researching about myself. Like, what is the best route? What was the best things for me to do? Even though I felt like I knew so much, I learned so much more, and I had to do so much more. I meditate. I learned about self-love, taking time for me. I worked 60 to 70 hours a week before, and I never took a lunch break. Now I take a lunch break. I find things that bring me joy and try to be in the moment. So some of the things that are really important that I did for my body, this is to educate you guys on things that you can do for your body now and not wait until it's broken or not wait until it hurts, is nutrition. Of course, I'm a holistic nutritionist, so nutrition was really important to me, but now I had to look at nutrition in a different way for myself. So I did a lot of organic. I did organic before, but now everything is organic. I juice, I use mushrooms, turmeric, some of the things you've heard about, maca, moringa, cacao, things that you may have never heard about, but now you can do a little research yourself on them. And I use black seeds and apricot kernels and a whole bunch more. So that was my nutritional protocol. It still changes every day. I'm still researching new things. It's 2 years later. I'm still researching new things that I can add into my diet to help with prevention. Exercise was really key for me. Exercise helps get rid of fat in your body that holds on to cancer cells. So we have something called xenoestrogens. So xenoestrogens are bad estrogens in the environment that cause extra estrogen for females in their body. It happens to men too. So it's a type of estrogen that we don't want to have, and my cancer was estrogen based, which a lot of cancers are, and we don't want xenoestrogens in our diet. That's a whole nother topic, but that's one of the things that exercise helps release that and break that type of fat up. Exercise was really my savior for so much, because anytime I was feeling really bad, or feeling really sad or really nervous or fearful, I would go to the gym and I would exercise. I'd go to CrossFit. I went to CrossFit Stony Brook. I did boot camp. I did a lot of things that really helped keep my body in shape, and exercise is really important for helping prevent cancer. It's one of the #1 things that helps prevent cancer besides nutrition. I go for acupuncture. Every week I get something called moxa, and it's a type of herb that helps prevent cancer, but also helps build your immunity. I take a lot of different types of supplements that I recommend that I keep in my office, that I educate my clients on. I do a lot of different herbs and spices, turmeric being one of them. I know all of you have heard of that, and something called holy basil. So there's a lot of herbs and spices I use in my diet now too, even in cooking. And then essential oils has been huge for me. I've been using essential oils for over 20 years. And to me, it's plant-based medicine. So I'm all about being holistic, and essential oils is plant-based medicine also. I used frankincense. As soon as I was diagnosed, I used frankincense on my breasts. You can do the studies on it. You can look at frankincense. It goes back to biblical times and ancient times to show that it does so much for anybody who's diagnosed with cancer or the preventative of cancer. It's also important to know that oils are created, not all oils are created equal. You have to use high quality oils. They should be properly grown, cultivated, and distilled. That's really important. So I'm a research maniac. I'm gonna use the best of the best, and I've been using the same ones for the past 20 years. Spirituality is really important in your healing process too. So, you know, part of this, even me sharing my story, is very spiritual for me. Prayer is important. I was close to God before, and now I have an even stronger relationship. And also believing in myself and believing that I know how to make the right decisions for myself. Your support system is important. I didn't find a lot of support system in the cancer world, but I found a lot of support between the 3 women that are up here with me today. And also, I have some really close friends that were my support. Obviously, my daughter was phenomenal. She loved me through it. My husband was amazing. And then really close friends that really helped me and supported me and really loved me through it. So today, I'm 2 years cancer-free. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You never know, the quote, you never know how strong you are until strong is the only choice you have, is a huge quote for me. I went from fear to hope. I want women to know that they're not alone, that it's not a death sentence, that I'm here healthy and strong, treating myself holistically, and that there is a way, there's options. I am who I am because I had breast cancer. I would never say I wish I never had breast cancer. I can honestly say that in my heart and soul. I've met so many amazing people through this journey. I've had so many amazing opportunities to really share nutrition in a different way, in a different sense. My mission is to empower, inspire, and educate women about the power of nutrition and their choices outside of the medical system, and that they need to do what's best for their body and make informed choices, which is really important. And if knowledge is power, So the more knowledge you have, the more powerful you should feel when you go to a doctor's office and the doctor has diagnosed you with something like I was. So I'm an inspirational keynote speaker with women's wellness and education. You know, thank goodness for Melanie. She pushed me outside my box to tell my story, because 9 months being alone in your story is really challenging. I know all of you have your own stories. All of you out there have stories, and sharing your story, even if it helps one person, that's all that matters. That's all that you should worry about. So one of my silver linings was I created a foundation called Pink Baskets. And the reason why I created that is because I wanted to give back to women who were undergoing mastectomies. So one of my friends, when I got diagnosed, she was actually a client of mine, got diagnosed a year before. I called her when I got diagnosed and I said, what doctors did you use? Who did you use? I didn't know where to turn. And she brought me a beautiful basket of a whole bunch of things that would help me during my surgery. So I wanted to give back, so that's why I created my foundation for Pink Baskets. So Women's Wellness and Education does fundraising for Pink Baskets, and I did a fundraiser at CrossFit Stony Brook. It was my first fundraiser, and we raised $2,500. And that was amazing. It was over 100 people that came. Yep. So that was my silver lining. So Shrink Your Body the Holistic Way is an in-person program right now, but we're going to be taking it online, and Cherise and Ginny are going to talk about that in a little bit. So you want to make sure that you take care of your own health now through food and nutrition, and that's what we focus on in our Shrink Your Body program that we'll be taking online. And my current preventative protocols are incorporated in the Shrink Your Body program that's going to be online. So I just wanted to say that I am blessed to be on life's journey with these 3 amazing, talented, beautiful women, and I'm very excited about our future together. So thank you for allowing me to share my story.
Barbara, thanks for sharing. Very inspirational, and if it helps one person viewing the video, make all the difference in the world. And I think you brought up a lot of things that a lot of women might not have been aware about, and I think it's got to help some people out there. It was very inspirational and very courageous. So thank you so much for sharing.